Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Repo. So, who ended up taking ownership?
I have no idea. At that time, that's when we became a nomad charter. There was truly only one guy left in the Philadelphia, or two. There was Mark and little skinny George that wound up later on becoming a Bucks County warlock years later. And we just let the clubhouse go. Everything, club was removed from there, and there were such backed up bills because they never paid on anything, and we walked away from it because, like I said, there was nobody there. There was nobody to. It was a problem at that time to retain that house without somebody being around there. With the opposition wanting to wipe that house off of the map.
Is there any Hells Angels in Philadelphia now?
No, none. As I understand it, the excuse me, the Pennsylvania Nomads went on for a number of years, and as I understand now, there are no active members in the state of Pennsylvania.
New Jersey, though, they have a bunch of
Yeah,
different clubhouses.
New Jersey has active charters. Pennsylvania, there is, I'm out. I've clarified that. You've clarified it. I am not a member. I am out of the club. And as far as I understand, there's no active members in the state of Pennsylvania at this time with HA.
Yeah, someone commented saying he's talking like he's a member.
Right, correct. We've made it clear from the very first part, former member, former.
Yeah, it's in the title.
It's not my problem if some people are illiterate and don't read into that. Or,
Yeah, they won't even watch the whole episodes to find out like what happened.
No,
it's nothing.
No, they're just drawing conclusions real quick.
Yeah. They don't even know what's coming in the whole story.
No, and at this point, we've got a little bit out there, and there's a lot more to come. Down the road, all I got to say is, if you don't like this podcast that I'm doing with Bill, wait till you see me on Arts and Entertainment, because that's coming.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Oh, it's going to be great. And there's going to be a whole bunch of other former HA members, as well as I am, that you can go call, that are my good friends now, that if you want to call and say in a comment or something that I was never a member, you're wrong. You're really, really wrong. You keep letting them cowards pump sunshine to you and lies, and believe whatever you want to believe, because it doesn't matter. But we're gonna let some good content out here in the future. That A&E special, it's going to be great.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of people involved with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the guys you've interviewed quite a few times, Pee-wee, who was a former member like myself, and we're great friends now. He's been on there on several. Hopefully, we're going to do an A&E special where I, and several other ex-members are all doing the same one, so we can really get a good show out for them and ourselves.
Yeah, and explain what really happened down there, because I don't
Yep.
think it's ever been explained on what happened in Philadelphia. It's always been like a mystery.
No, and again, somebody made a comment to me, hey, you really knocked on the Pagans. No, I didn't knock on the Pagans. They are a true 1% OMG, outlaw motorcycle club. You can't knock on them. Those, I didn't care for them, but there's some hardcore stand-up dudes in that club, and you can't take that away from them. Again, give the respect that's due where it's due for what they do. If you knock them, you're gonna get knocked, I'm sure.
I think they're misconstruing what you were talking about. You were talking about the members that used to be pagans and came over to the Angels.
Absolutely.
Talking about who they used to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, Tommy was 100% the most stand-up guy I've ever met. Those other guys, they shouldn't have been mad that they left. They should have been thankful. Um, send a Christmas card to HA thanking them for allowing them guys to come over because they should have got rid of them anyway. You're going to break your loyalty to one. Why would I want you in something else? Other than, again, Tommy was the most righteous dude out there. And it doesn't matter that he was a former pagan because he was a stand up true Hell's Angel by far.
How long did Tommy have his patch, and did he have to prospect?
Oh, yeah, they all did. They all did. Phew. Bill, right now, I'm tired. I drove several hours to get up here to do this. I'm not sure how long Tommy had it, but he was a good guy and shouldn't have went down like it went down, but it did. And that's the world that we lived in at that time.
The members that were angels in Philly, did they treat the guys who were ex-pagans different?
The members who were ex-pagans, did they treat the other ex-pagans differently?
No,
Then
no, the angels, the straight up angels that were never pagans, did they treat the ex-pagans different that were
no,
angels?
no, they gave them, every bit of respect that an angels do to one another, and they gave them the rope to hang themselves, and they proved that they flew a death head, but they weren't, Hell's Angels. They proved that beyond any doubt in anyone's mind that knows this kind of 1% world, that they weren't guys that, you know, should have been there. When we originally talked, we're going to see some opposition throughout. It's all welcome, and it'll get clarified as it comes because that's what this is about. It's just some of the truths that were never told because those guys just continue to lie, trying to cover up the former lies they had made.
Yeah.
And, Tommy's girlfriend, whatever they fed her to make her believe that they were stand-up individuals, I feel sorry for her. Because if you truly knew who they were and what they didn't do and what they weren't about, and maybe you'd feel a little bit different about them.
You could place her anger where it belongs.
Yeah, she should. She should have a long time ago, but she only knows what they told her. I wish her the best. I wish her kids the best, but that's all I got to say about that. She wasn't his wife. She was his girlfriend.
Hey, everyone's got a different aspect on what happened, like in their mind. Everyone
Oh,
has
yeah.
their own story, and they see things different.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
So
So we got some good feed coming yet.
yeah, what's your plan now? Where are you gonna go next?
We're gonna head over there to one of the other places we talked about and continue this. Wrap this up for another segment.
All right, stay tuned, and we'll be back with more
All
chatting with
right.
Staxx and Repo Rod. Peace. All right, so now we're at another location. You want to explain where we're at?
This is the location where Tommy wound up after he was killed that night, leaving cheerleaders.
So he was just starting to get on the highway.
Yep, yep. Right where Oregon ended in Bear Avenue exit here. It used to be Bear Avenue Auto Sales, which was also owned and operated by the member that was getting his patch party that night of cheerleaders, who literally lived right behind this place and had a little section cut out in the fence where he could just slip through the back and go down back in the basement of his mother's house.
Is that what he did that night?
That's it. Now, he was still in cheerleaders, but when he was up here, that's how he used to get back and forth, to go right through the little cut in the fence in the back. And he lived in his mother's basement.
So that building right there on the right, that was the car dealership.
That was his used car dealership. Yep.
Can you pan to the right a little bit?
That's another building that was next door here.
Yeah.
But this, it's the expressway right here directly on my left.
Yeah.
And Tommy made it, right here to this exit and came off and literally went straight up into the iron fencing in front of the place where his truck wound up, like that up in the air.
Was the car in front of him when they were shooting at him?
I, from the reports, like on television media and stuff, the car was alongside of him. Came from behind him, and then right here on the expressway was alongside of him. It's not a far distance back, maybe 2/10 of a mile to where he would have started on the expressway to here.
Yeah. So do you think he was shot early on, or do you think he was shot around
No,
this
no,
area?
I think he was probably shot somewhere relevantly right here by his wound and where he got to. He was definitely had passed when he was hit.
Yeah. So when the cops showed up, he was pronounced dead on the scene, right?
As far as I know, they was a big scene out here overnight into the next morning. They had the roadway closed off and everything.
Wood was gunned down in his pickup truck on I-76 in South Philadelphia in January 2005. Police believe Wood attempted to stop a pair of gunmen in a white Suburban as they tried to gun down fellow biker Byron Evans, who was riding a motorcycle next to Wood. Wood and Evans had just left the South Philly Gentlemen's Club. Police believe they were followed by 2 or 3 hitmen, possibly tied to the rival Pagans Motorcycle Club.
After he gets shot, how long are the police out there for? And how did you hear the news?
The police were out here for multiple hours. Crime scene unit, everything. Everything was shut down here. I had gotten a phone call from another member that said Tommy was killed.
And did you go down there? Did you attempt to go down there?
No, we were advised, don't try to come down near it, and you get a call, and we'll all get together here sometime to go over it and talk about it.
Like when something like that happens, do they tell people not to wear their patch when they go out?
Any other place? No, not at all. I don't know of any other charters that told their members not to fly their colors.
Yeah, like when that happens with the Pagans, they still ride around, right?
Oh yeah, they're not scared. Yeah, you got to give them credit, man. They ain't scared of shit.
I hear stories about them, and from what I hear, they had balls.
Yeah,
they got balls.
Oh, they got a lot more than balls, man. They got they got it going on old school. Old school, definitely. They know how to rock and roll.
Now, do you think the Pagans were involved with Tommy's murder?
Pure speculation. Pure speculation. Well, all I can say is the one guy that did know who it was the prospect that was on his motorcycle that apparently, Tommy was trying to protect from getting shot. And he's dead now.
Oh, he knew who did it.
He said he knew. I was never told directly, and I don't care to be told directly. I don't want to know who it was if they truly knew. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
The only ones that knew who it was, both of them are deceased.
Yeah, it was speculation from the news and things like that. Is that it was a retaliation for him joining the Angels, right?
Correct. And it's all hearsay. If you're not physically there on site, you don't know what really went on. It's hearsay.
Yeah. Do you know who the people are that shot Gorilla, or who they say shot him?
I don't know. That the guy that had this auto lot, he nothing but lies. He claimed he was like involved with the 10th and O street gang or whatever they were called. he claimed he was so many things. He kind of boasted like, he had involvement in that episode where Gorilla was, told something was happening up the street and wound up going up the street and getting shot multiple times. He said he was a part of that. But again, here's another person that's dead and gone. He's, I don't know, been dead for a few years now.
So who knows what to believe, right?
Right, correct. If it doesn't come from the horse's mouth, and then even when it does come from the horse's mouth, the some of those ex-Philly members coming right from the horse's mouth, that was bullshit and lies.
So how long after this incident does that grenade incident happen? And is that the first thing that happens in between?
It was the first or the second. Someone apparently attempted to firebomb the clubhouse one night. Again, I wasn't there that night. The member that was there, apparently saw them pull up out front and lob a bottle of gas over the front wall hit the house, and a couple plastic tables and stuff that were out front and chairs on fire. But the problem is they Molotov cocktail the clubhouse with a plastic bottle. Plastic don't break like glass.